Yes, people, how's it going? Welcome back to Lily White Lane. Isn't the international break great when it comes at a time when you need it? When your clubs are shambles and dropping pygmy hippo shit on the football field every single week? You couldn't have asked for a better time for an international break. I'm so chuffed that, for the first weekend in a while, I won't lose brain cells watching my football club yet again bottle leads in a football game. But look, speaking of my football club and speaking of Tottenham Hotspur, with Antonio Conte's departure from the club looking inevitable after Saturday's interview, the fact he flew on a Ryanair, which I don't really get why that matters. A lot of people going, Conte flew Ryanair on Twitter. Okay, why does that matter? But with Conte flying to Italy for the international break and journalists saying he's not coming back, it looks done. There is no way for Conte to come back now. Conte will be sacked. It's just a matter of time when. So Spurs are looking at new options. One of those options is Ryan Mason until the end of the season, which I think just it's not ideal for anyone. And then the other option is to look at other managers. Nagelsmann, sacked last night from Bayern Munich, for me is the best option possible for Tottenham Hotspur. We're hearing right now that Spurs are keen on the manager. Spurs have been keen on this manager since his days at Leipzig. When he was leaving Leipzig after the brilliant job he did at that club and the way he rebuilt them single-handedly almost alongside Rangnick, Tottenham were interested in him. He went to Bayern Munich, right? Did brilliantly at Bayern Munich. I don't understand why he was sacked last night. Maybe it was a falling out from the board. I'm not sure. But if they sacked him for positioning, I don't get it, because they're second in the Bundesliga, well in the title race. He won in the Bundesliga last year. Comfortably beat arguably a team with the best front three in the world. I don't get why Bayern sacked Nagelsmann. But then at the same time, with Spurs sacking Conte, this guy for me is the best option possible. Let's assess the options, right? The managers that are being talked about for Tottenham Hotspur are Nagelsmann, Tuchel, now who's gone to Bayern Munich, Pochettino, Robert De Zerbi, Ruben Amorim, Thomas Frank, right? Let's take Thomas Tuchel out of the equation because he's gone to Bayern Munich. Amorim, De Zerbi, Thomas Frank, all of those fit in the same bracket for me, in that why would they leave the club that they're at? All three have a close bond with the fans. Maybe not so much De Zerbi, but Amorim at Sporting and Thomas Frank at Brentford. They've both done brilliant rebuild jobs. If Tottenham were to appoint one of those three managers, we'd have to wait till the end of the season to do it anyway, because all three clubs have things to compete for. Sporting have, the Portuguese League. Brighton have the FA Cup and European football. Brentford have European football to compete for, which is massive for those clubs. So we'd have to wait till the end of the season anyway. And who's to say that one of those managers would actually want to come to Spurs and leave, what's been such a successful project at their individual clubs? So for me, those three, as much as I'd want them, I'd rule them out. Maybe there's more of a chance of De Zerbi because he hasn't got that real close connection to the fans that Thomas Frank and Amorim do at Sporting and Brentford. But for me, I'd rule those three out. So it leaves Pochettino and Nagelsmann. Pochettino, for me, I understand the connection he has with the fans, but it's a step back. It's a step back. And people think Poch would come in with some sort of magic wand, and fix all the issues at Spurs. We know that all the issues at Spurs won't be fixed until the owners go. So for me, it's better in the situation we're in to look forward. And looking forward is Julian Nagelsmann. I understand a lot of fans going, Nagelsmann will fail, but what should we do? We know he can leave you the problem, but should we just not ever bring in a manager under them? Because we're scared of failure, as much as it normally happens, That doesn't make sense. And Nagelsmann, for me, ticks every criteria, not just for the board, but for the fans. He turns mediocre players into much better players. Similarly, what Ten Hag's done at Man United. He's a confidence-boosting manager. He's all about morale, and he plays attacking football. He's one of the most attacking attacking managers that you will find. Every manager, the whole Red Bull philosophy is attacking and pressing. The job he did there was incredible, and the way they played their football was down to Nagelsmann. Done the exact same at Bayern. They look such an organised, solid unit. Did an incredible job for Bayern. Don't really know why he got sacked. He ticks every criteria. He's young and experienced, if that makes sense. And what I mean by that is he's got experience because he's done things in his career, been at different clubs and won things. But he's also young, he's eager to make a statement. This would be his first time managing in the Prem. And when you consider the other options, for me, Nagelsmann is the best one. on the table. We know the owners are the problem, but the owners aren't going to leave what they see as a successful business. And whilst they're running the business brilliantly, they're running the football club into the ground. So they ain't going anywhere. It's painful. It really is painful. But for the situation that we're in and the fact that Conte and Jose are gone, we can't just go, failure and rant. We need to look forward. Or we'll end up in the position that Everton are. And Nagelsmann, for me, is exactly that. Plays a very modern brand of football, which I know means a lot to some fans, not as much to me. I want to win more trophies, and the reason we haven't is because of Levy and Enoch. But he is young, and he does play exciting football. And I genuinely think, and yes, we shouldn't bring in, players, or no, we shouldn't be bringing in managers to suit the players we've got. It should be bringing in players to suit the manager. But with the situation we're in, I think you get more out of players such as Bissouma. I think you get more when he comes back off loan out of players like Udogie and Speds. Sorry, I'm yawning. That Conte would have. I think Nagelsmann is the best option for Spurs, and I think there is no reason why Tottenham shouldn't appoint him. Nevertheless, thank you for watching this video. Take care of yourselves. All the best. God bless. Have a smashing weekend. I'm off to watch Creed 3 at the cinema. Take care of yourselves. All the best. God bless. And as always, come on you Spurs. Enoch.